Okay, shout out to Roger, our photographer, and his team here today. Shout out to JoJo, our DJ in the back, playing some kicking tunes. And thank you to the planning team who helps make this event happen, the Learning Community Executive Council, Helena DeBald, Sam Timms, who you'll hear from later this morning. Thank you. And so good morning, Huskies. So happy you're here today. Have you been having a fun weekend? Who was out at the glow swings? Any of you? I saw some of your faces in those photos. Lots of fun opening weekend at UConn. And so my name is Melissa Foreman, and I have one of the most fun jobs at UConn, leading the Learning Community Program, which is part of the Office of First Year Programs, Learning Communities, the Academic Achievement Center, and the Innovation Zone Makerspace. All kinds of programs that you'll learn about and engage with this year. This is my favorite weekend of the year when we welcome back students we have come to know who are near and dear to us, and we also welcome the new class of 2026. We're so thrilled you're here. And we can't wait to get to know you. Joining a learning community is an amazing way to launch your UConn journey. You'll share a unique learning experience embedded within a culture of mentoring and support that we hope becomes a highlight of your years spent at UConn. You'll be supported as you transition from high school to college and learn how to navigate all of UConn's resources and opportunities that are here for your taking. Through your LC, some of you will get involved in research after attending Research Connections in October. You'll publish your first research article, make gifts for your friends, or maybe build a robot in the Innovation Zone. Learn to grow organic vegetables that are used in our dining halls at Spring Valley Student Farm, which is an extension of EcoHouse. Help install a memory garden outside Worth Tower in honor of a public health house student. Start your own business. Travel abroad to an inspiring place you never dreamed you would go. Become a student leader, mentoring other students and helping us lead our programs, and so much more. For example, when I was your age, I never dreamed that through my job, I would live in a house for a month with 21 students in Cape Town, South Africa, watching those students engage in exciting internships while we all learned about ourselves and the world within the context of another beautiful culture. One of those students, Ruby Coombson, is a graduate assistant in Nursing House this year. You can ask Ruby, Ruby! You can ask Ruby about her experience working in a township clinic across the world where she got to work on live people instead of mannequins, right? Ruby's up here. Yay, hi Ruby. So much will happen while you're at UConn. You'll meet many amazing people from all over the world, make lifelong friends, make important discoveries about yourself, broaden your horizons and your perspective about what is possible for you, and create many memories. You'll learn about so many things, and you'll grow and transform personally, intellectually, professionally, spiritually, emotionally, and socially. You'll share moments of joy, thrilling moments, and funny moments where you'll crack up, and also times of exhaustion, times of frustration, and even times of despair. And this is what living and learning communities are all about, living. Living when things are great and fun and exciting, and living when things are tough and challenging or even devastating. The thing about living in a community, though, is that we do this together. Together we celebrate the good, together we weather the bad, together we deal with the painful, and together we learn from all of it. An important part of your identity since you were really young has been student. But your first and second year of college are so much more than 13th and 14th grade. They provide a supportive next step into adulting that can help you on your path to becoming who you are meant to be and creating a life that you love and find fulfilling. And we in the Learning Community Program can't wait to see all you'll do. This morning we're going to hear from some amazing speakers, we're going to play some games and win some prizes, and then we're going to move outside and take a large group photo and then separate out and take individual learning community photos, making memories together. And so it's now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Tadarrayl Starke. Dr. Starke is the associate, oh go ahead if you want. Thank you. Dr. Starke is the Associate Vice Provost for the Institute for Student Success, where the ELSI program, as well as many other programs, reside at UConn. He's a native of Jacksonville, Florida, and he earned 3 degrees from Florida State University, including a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology with a minor in African American Studies, and both a master's and a PhD and degree in higher education and student affairs. He has vast experience leading programs to ensure educational access, equity, and success in higher education for all students. A first-generation student himself, as am I, meaning he was the first in his family to pursue a 4-year baccalaureate degree, makes him particularly passionate about celebrating and supporting our first-gen students in their college journey here at UConn. Dr. Starke also specializes in grant writing, and he has secured millions of dollars in funding to build and expand student success programs at Florida State University and the University of Connecticut. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Tadarrayl Starke.
Anybody from Florida? That's what I'm talking about. Duval. Yes. Give them all scholarships. Give them all scholarships. All right. Good morning. That was weak. It's Sunday and I'm up and I know you gotta be up. Good morning. All right. Sound like Huskies. Good. All right. I'm trying to get settled. They told me I have to say something real deep and profound, so I had to write it down. All right. As you said, I'm Dr. Starke. I am the Associate Vice Provost. Again, I always represent where I'm from, Jacksonville, Duval, Florida. Now that I got that out of the way, my mom, who will be probably looking, she'll be happy to hear that I did represent. This is exciting for me to be here. So when I first got to UConn, I got here in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. So my first year was completely on a computer. And I didn't even see the campus for an entire year that I was here. And I don't stay that far away from campus. That's the worst part. But my first day in person was at this event last year. And the excitement that I get being around you, getting to see you, all the colors and representing the learning communities in UConn, it just pumps me up every year. It's one of my favorite events to have here at UConn. So I'm always excited to be here, always excited to represent the division that I'm a part of with student success and learning communities. Great to be here. You know, it's something to say, you know, why I really like to be here around you, because you're the lifeblood of UConn. You know, we work here, we might do some of the administrative things, but you're the energy, you're the passion, you're the excitement, but you're also our purpose for being here. You're the reason why we do what we do. And in student success, which again, where I represent, we are really here for 2 reasons. One, student success is about making sure that you have the skills you need to be successful in the classroom, as well as when you graduate from UConn. You know, get your degree, do well in class, graduate, become great alumni, and give back and help the next generation of Huskies. But the other part of student success is about you. How do we help you to discover what it is that you believe will make you successful? How do we help you to connect to the resources and people to help your dreams come true? That's the other part of student success, and that's one of the big reasons why learning communities is so important. You know, when I was a first-year student in college, back a while back, a long time ago, gosh, I just had 19 in front of when I went to college, I was a little overwhelmed. You know, I was, like I said, I'm a first-generation college student. When I got to college, I wound up staying off campus, strike number 1, and then I didn't really know how to navigate a lot of things about college. I didn't have a community. I went to class, I went home. I went to class, I went home. That was basically a lot of my experience in my first semester, and so I was dropping out. I had already made up in my mind I was quitting. I was going to wait till the end of the year, and I don't know how I was going to do it and tell my mom I was quitting, but I was going to leave because I just didn't feel connected. A lot of my friends were still back home or didn't go to school with me, and it was just a different experience than what I expected college to be like. But then I ran into somebody who helped me to discover, you know what? You can do more than just go to class and go home, and go to class and go home, and sometimes skip class. You can do more than that. He was a graduate assistant in office and connected me to mentors and other people who understood my experiences, who shared my interests and my passions, and helped me to connect to campus life and be more than just a student. I didn't have to just be a number of 30,000 people. I could actually do something and be a leader. And that's what we want for you. That's one of the reasons Learning Community exists. Here you have people, you have classmates, you have mentors, faculty, staff, administrators. Everybody's here to support you and to push you and to drive you and to help celebrate you in all that you do and help you push you towards those dreams that you have. And for some of you, to push you to dream even bigger and then to reach those bigger dreams and those bigger goals. And you'll have those resources, and we'll help you to connect to those resources to help you discover opportunities and discover more of who you are and what you want in and outside of the classroom. Your community, both the learning community you're in and the global UConn community, we're here to help you find your voice and to realize all that you want to do and all you want to accomplish. Now think about it. Before you came here, there were people you were connected to that pushed you to this moment. They helped you reach where we are today. They had your back. They held you accountable. They supported you and made sure that you would be here. They were part of your community. And now look around you. You have a learning community here of peers and faculty and staff who are an extension of that community that pushed you. We're here we're intentionally designed to get you plugged in, to keep you connected, and to make sure that you're successful. Not just for this year, not just while you're in the learning community, but moving forward while you're at UConn, and then when you graduate, you're still a part of UConn Nation, and so we'll still have your back. So what we want you to do is take advantage of the community you're in. Explore things you've never done before. If you've never gone to a play before, go to one. Tap in the diversity of our activities and the diversity of our campus. Go to all the cultural centers and experience all the activities and all the people you can connect with. Support our student athletes across all of the sporting events that we have. And yes, we are the basketball capital of the world. Find one of over 600 student groups that you can connect with and see what they're all about. And find a couple that resonate. Don't do all of them, okay? Take a chance at campus leadership and be a part of USG. If you have an entrepreneurship spirit, start a business. Cody will help you. If social justice and the human condition is what you're all about, if that's your passion, use your voice and help others. If the environment moves you, or research, or athletics, or art, or music, or your career goals, tap into all that UConn has to offer to ensure that you can be successful. They're in your community. The resources are in your community. If you're first gen and you're here to start a legacy of education in your family, or if you're here as a continuing tradition at UConn, build on the experiences that will make this time at the University of Connecticut a worthwhile time in your life. Make it meaningful. The good news, you're not in this alone. You don't have to do it alone. You have people right here in your community, in your learning community, that can help you experience all UConn has to offer and help you realize what your personal definition of success can be. So make the most out of your time while you're here at UConn. Maximize your experience in your learning community. Go forward and do great things while you're here. And know that your learning community will be here to support you, to celebrate you, to cheer you on all along the way. We got your back. Sorry, any English majors, I'm from the South, so. We got your back. After all, we're all Huskies. We're in this together. We're stronger as a pack, and we're very powerful as a nation. So welcome to our new year at UConn. Welcome, UConn class of 2026. Thank you, everybody. Go Huskies.
Well, first of all, thank you, Jake. Thanks, Elena and Dave and Melissa for the opportunity to speak with all of you today. I want to welcome each of you, first year and returning LC students. It's interesting, when I sat down to think about doing this, I thought to myself, I started doing this in 2010. I was 13. kind of bright for my age. I got my PhD at 12 and a half. It is doable. It is doable. It is doable. But when I started doing this, you all looked young. And what I've realized is you look even younger now in 2022. And you're not. So something's changed. Clearly it must be me. But I know one thing. All of you are groaning that you're sitting here listening to more people blah, 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 blah. You've gotten a ton of advice, I know that. And we're going to talk a little bit about that advice and how that works. But you have made the best decision you could have made by coming to UConn. And then you made your second best decision to join a learning community. And I truly mean that, because after doing this for a dozen years, I've seen students in learning communities grow. They grow as individuals, they grow as scholars, and they grow as engaged world citizens. Now, I'm going to give you 3 words that I want you to remember. And I'm pretty sure that you've forgotten most of the words that most people have given you to start the journey of college. But let's see if maybe we can remember these 3. And the 3 are these: passion, change maker, and relationships. So my first bit of advice is for you to explore your passion, and that's an overused, frequently talked about idea. We rarely work toward living a life that's filled with passion. Most people think about passion that they're going to have this passion epiphany, and they're sorely disappointed. But Mark Twain, who this state enjoys, once said, "The 2 most important days in your life are the days that you were born and the day you find out why you were born." Exploring your passion is risky, but I ask you to take the risk. Find supporters, tell them your passion. That's a risk. Find supporters, tell them your passion, and they can help you achieve your dreams. Don't be overwhelmed with your passion or your dreams. No dream is too large, no goal is too daunting. And you're thinking right now, that's absolutely not true. What is she talking about? Blah, 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 blah. But passions and dreams are achievable once you realize one very simple principle. And it's the same principle that you would use to eat an entire elephant. Eating an elephant is a really big task. Many of you think that task is impossible. PHH, second-year students, how do you eat an elephant? Do you know? One bite at a time. One bite at a time. So dare to find your passion, dare to share your passion, and most importantly, dare to eat the elephant. Steve Jobs said, "People who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." My second bit of advice, be a change maker. Much like finding your passion, change making takes risk taking. As we all know too well, our world is defined by change. Rules that applied years ago do not apply today. Therefore, you need to learn a different skill set. You can't just be a team player. You have to be an initiator. You need to dare to be creative and innovative, regardless of your future career goals. It's not merely for those people in business or engineering. It's for everyone sitting in this room today. Each of you must also learn to be empathic, to find problems in our world, and to empathically evaluate them and create a design for change. Your learning community experience will help you to become empathic. Embrace the craziness of thinking you can change the world, because you can. I've seen your peers do it, and I believe each of you can change the world. You see, our collective future depends that you and us change our world. My final piece of advice is to connect with other people involved in your learning community. So for a moment, I would like to have every faculty director, every staff director, every staff member associated, and every GA associated with learning communities do something they hate. Please stand up. I know, you're going to hate me for it. Stand up. And I just need you to stay standing for a minute. First and most importantly, I want to thank each and every one of you for what you do to make the learning community experience possible for students. You change lives. You do things other people on this campus are trying to do. And all that, from my bottom of my heart, thank you. Now, students, I want you to turn around. I want you to look. I want you to see all these people that are here. This group of individuals is focused on you, on your success. You guys can sit if you're, I know, see, I'm standing up here, I'm going to make you do the same thing. One benefit of joining a learning community as a first and second year student is that you make connections with these people on campus. You can begin creating relationships today. It's been said that vulnerability is the bridge to connections. So be a risk taker, be vulnerable, allow yourself that freedom. Engage with your faculty director and let him or her know who you are. Let them know about your interests, your passion. Each faculty director wants to help you explore your passion and achieve your goals. We're here to help you when roadblocks or challenges appear in your path, and we're also here to cheer on your successes and to be here 4 years or 3 or 5 or 7, or hopefully less than that, when you are in this gymnasium again and receive your diploma, and we can cheer for you there as well. I urge you to get to know these people. If you get to know us, what it will do is it will break down your barriers to dare to get to know other faculty and staff on campus. If you can meet us and how weird we are, they're not any more weird than we are. It will make you dare to go to office hours and to meet those people. Building strong relationships with LC leaders will help you to understand the saying, leap, and the net will appear. You've made a critical decision as a college student. You're a member of a learning community at the University of Connecticut. Learning communities provide an environment where you can take risks and grow to be engaged citizens. Be daring enough to find a passion. Be crazy enough to think you can be a change maker and change our world. And be vulnerable enough to make strong relationships. I wish each of you a really successful year this year. Have some fun. Try this one. Smile at a stranger. Amazing things happen. I've seen a lot of dating life after smiling at strangers occur. And now you don't have to wear your mask, so you can do it. Otherwise, it was just smiling with your eyes. And the last thing is reach for your goals. Understanding there's a community around you. Be passionate, be crazy, and be vulnerable. And I know you'll change the world. So good luck, LC 2022. Thank you. And most importantly, go Michigan State. No, go.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this year's LC Kickoff. My name is Sam Timms, and I'm a senior working towards a dual degree in pathobiology and communications. I'm a proud member of EcoHouse. Yeah, shout out to the people in the Irish green. And in EcoHouse, I was a floor mentor, and I'm currently the social chair for the Learning Community Executive Council. So I help with plan events like this. Thus, for all our sakes, I hope you guys are having fun. And if you're not, just smile for the pictures. I remember sitting in those exact seats like it was yesterday. I was an awkward and shy freshman from a small private high school in Massachusetts who knew no one, and was more focused on my years after college and applying to vet school than the 4 years in front of me. I had some idea of what a learning community was, but I was clueless regarding just how much this community was going to shape my life. Well, I stand here before you today, just as painfully awkward as I was freshman year, which I think is exhibited by my stance and posture right now. I can say that I truly feel indebted to this program for the growth and opportunities it has provided me. Around the third week of my freshman year, EcoHouse went on our annual camping trip. That night, as 10 strangers squeezed together in a 5-person tent, I don't recommend, my initial understanding of a learning community was completely deconstructed. I thought that being in a learning community meant I would be surrounded with carbon copies of myself. Yeah, as I sat there, listening to their stories and experiences all night, I realized just how diverse these communities are, and how much we'll have to learn from one another. By sunrise, we had become family, and every day since they have challenged me to think outside of my preconceived notions, pushed me to take risks, and inspired me to be adventurous. So take a moment and look around, because these people are going to be your rocks this next chapter and beyond. Feeling supported by the people around me gave me the courage to explore new passions and career plans, something I never thought I would second guess. In my learning community class, I learned about facets of climate change I had never even considered, and realized just how little the public, myself included, know about this catastrophic issue we are dealing with. My LC faculty director, Professor Thomas Hayes, fueled my passion by providing me the opportunity to meet a variety of environmental leaders and learn firsthand how change is being made on and off campus. Being surrounded by such inspirational people gave me the inspiration to be a catalyst for environmental action too, and so I broadened my horizons regarding my professional future. If you ask me what I'm doing next year, I have no clue. I don't even know what I'm doing after the speech. But my learning community gave me the support I needed to change my major and feel confident diving into the unknown. By my second year of college, I knew I wanted to give back to this community that gave me a home within this large campus, so I became a floor mentor. During that time, I learned that I loved working with people, and I had the means to really hone my leadership abilities. I went on to become a TA for the floor mentor course, and now, as I mentioned, I am on the Learning Community Executive Council. Each position taught me valuable lessons about what teamwork and leadership should look like, and the learning community staff were integral to ensuring I was supported and in a space where I could flourish. This community inspired me to add my communications major, as I could see just how powerful communities can be when united. We are a united community, and each one of you will find your power within it. Your journey will not be the same as mine, but I promise that you will learn valuable lessons and grow immensely. Trust me, I am by no means the perfect leader, student, or friend, and I truly have no idea what the future looks like for me. But if there is one thing this program has taught me, it is that growth is not a linear journey, and it does not correlate to finding what box you fit into. If I could offer you just one piece of advice, when looking at the next 4 years, it is to get lost in the jungle of opportunities that this program offers. Get lost in your peers, your passions, and your academics. Explore anything that gives you that spark of excitement, and don't limit yourself or be afraid to take risks. This year is going to be a wild journey for all of you, and I cannot wait to see each one of you flourish and grow along with the program. Welcome home.
All right, thank you, Carol. Good morning, learning community, faculty, staff, and students. How are we doing? Nice, nice, nice. My name, like Carol said, I'm Victoria Phillips, and it's great to be standing in front of you all here today. I'm a junior pursuing molecular and cell biology with a minor in global studies and plans for pharmacy school. My first year, I joined the Women in Math, Science, and Engineering Learning Community, also known as WiMSE. Shout out WiMSE, make some noise, yeah! All right, that first year, I watched this virtually at home, which was an experience to say the least. And last year, I was able to sit in your seats and actually get to feel the atmosphere and the vibes and everything. I remember feeling nervous and excited, but hopeful for what the year was going to bring. And now I'm standing in front of you all, and I am so ecstatic to be here, although it's not something I ever thought I would ever do. There's a lot of you here, but it's a great time. When I was given this opportunity to speak at LC Kickoff, I had to accept, because talking about this program and how it's helped me grow is something I'm taking great pleasure in doing. In my first year, as I mentioned, I was disconnected from campus. I was doing college at my house, on my computer, probably in my bed. I wasn't sure what my experience was going to be like, but I know it would not have been the same had I not joined WiMSE. I didn't make that many friends. I literally made probably 2 friends, but someone was always hosting virtual events, so it always made me feel seen and, as much as you can be when you're on your computer. Having that community that first year was very helpful to fall back on, especially when I was struggling. And I decided to join the Learning Community Council my second semester freshman year because I wanted to feel more connected to campus. And I specifically joined the recruitment committee because I truly wanted to express to prospective students how amazing and important being in a learning community can be. Being a part of this committee really helped me meet people outside of my learning community and provided me with another community to fall back on. And without the LC program, I don't know where I would be today. And during my sophomore year, I had to rely on these communities again. Coming and living on campus for the first time was its own experience, much less adding in multiple STEM courses and becoming an FYE mentor for the learning community, WiMSE, of course. And that first semester, it was a lot. It was too much for me to handle, honestly. I was probably getting like 4 hours of sleep every day. I was struggling in my classes, and I didn't really know how to balance a social and academic life on campus. Every day felt the same. And I was honestly so stressed, I couldn't even contemplate dropping out or switching my major because I was just worried about the next exam that I had. I didn't have time to have those thoughts. When the semester ended, I was able to sit back and reflect on what I had just done. 19 credits, barely any sleep, being a mentor for really the first time, having a roommate for the first time, being in 2 learning community council committees, and all I could focus on was honestly how bad my grades were. I didn't fail anything, but I did the worst that I have ever done in my entire life. And it was a humbling moment. I like to think of that as the turning point in my character development. So I talked to the one friend that I made freshman year, and I decided to switch from what my major was to molecular and cell biology. And then the next semester I had to put in the work to fix the damage that I did the first semester. And I was able to come out of it with a way better grades than I had been since I started at UConn, honestly. But through the stress, I made great friends with some of my fellow learning community council, and learning community executive committee members. This combination of people made me feel seen, they provided me a safe space, and they never made me feel judged. Whether it was my amazing RAs, my new LC friends, or the amazing LC-EC recruitment chair, I never felt judged. I always felt like these people had my back through the good and the bad. There was a lot of bad, but there was also a lot of good, so it was helpful. I experienced what it takes to be a mentor and a role model, and how being that person can really change someone's life. All the people that I interacted with in terms of the LC program truly helped me grow to be the person that I am today. I never would have imagined speaking about my struggles in front of this many people, especially when it's a little bit fresh in my mind. But personally, I think that when people talk about their struggles, it really helps others more. Failure is not comfortable. It challenges us to think differently and change directions, but it also allows us to seek new opportunities. As you enter this academic year, take advantage of the opportunities that come with being in your learning community. Whether it's your first year or you're a returning member, the LC program offers its support as you navigate through the epic highs and lows that is college life. Enjoy it, make the best of it, and be proud in your decision to join a learning community. I know I'll always be grateful for those people, and they helped me in more ways than they'll ever know. and I know that you guys will have, hopefully, a similar experience. With that, I hope that you have an amazing year. Good luck, and go Huskies! Thank you.